All right, there I am. Cool. Yes. This is me. Okay, cool. So let's see what happens if I do that shit. Nothing happens. There's a private chat shit. And the normal comments. Okay. All are welcome, anyone's welcome. I'm gonna do some commentation. So probably be a maybe an hour to 2 hour stream. Let's see. Share the screen. Share the screen. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm learning to do, man. Trying to figure out this stuff. Let's see. Some screens let you share audio. Look for the share audio. Okay, so let's try this out. Oh shit, I think it just lost its mind. Okay. That didn't work. Okay, I think that's kind of working. So if I go to, let's see. See what happens if I type in. So this is one of the things I wanted to review. Let's see if it pulls it up. Okay, this is the one I wanted to look at today. And this one just came out. Before I do that, all right, hopefully that came up. Let's see. Oh, it has my face. Do that. So, oh, it does. That's neat. Cool. All right, so this looks good. So yeah, let's see if we can get. So again, I'm probably thinking maybe an hour, 2 hours for stream, depending on what kind of activity I get. But for now, What about now? You should be able to hear me now. Good. It should be good now. Sounds good. Okay. So I'm going to invite you on, but before I do that, I want to just go over a video because I said I was going to do it. It'll probably take 2 minutes and I'll try to invite you on. Hopefully we can get other people on the stream, but let's just see what happens tonight. This is just a test stream, so it's not really a biggie. Let's see what happens. Share screen real quick. So this guy, I saw this video a while ago. I'm gonna share the screen and cover some of the stuff this guy's talking about. I'm gonna start it over. Probably go into 2 or 3 minutes and then I'll invite you on. Oh, I don't need full screen.
Yo, what's up? I'm trying a trick, and these are the freaking facts. What I want to talk about in this video is why men, especially in English-speaking countries, have stopped chatting women up out in public. Because this has died. Now, in many other countries, it hasn't died. But in English-speaking countries, it has. Now, while English-speaking countries are experiencing the highest rate of single people that there has ever
There's
been.
one critical point he's going to say in here that's
There's
really
reasons for that. And we're going to look at one of those reasons, and that is that men are no longer chatting women up. Now I'm going to talk about the reasons why this is happening, especially here in Australia. Men don't chat up women out in public. It rarely happens. And one of the main reasons is that women here have huge egos with the feminist movement. And what this does is that it makes women think that they are the queen. And what that does is that makes them think that, well, I rule who I let into my life and who I don't.
Yep.
So what happens in the end is that if a woman is not attracted to a man, and say a man goes and tries to chat up a girl, if the woman isn't attracted to him, she'll be totally rude as. So what happens there is that humans are naturally driven by respect, and men want respect to a high level, which means that if we know that we're going to get into a situation where we're going to be disrespected, we're not going to walk into that situation. So men will stop talking to women because the chances are that 9 out of 10, and many times 10 out of 10, the women will be rude, especially when they don't find him attractive. They will be rude in many ways. They can ignore him, but they can look at him like he's a creep, like he's a weirdo, like he's stalking them, like he's
that's pretty much the long and short of it.
Something wrong by them. He's going to attack them. Now, when women start doing that, when a man just wants to talk to her, and she starts accusing him of potentially being a stalker, potentially being somebody that's going to attack her, and he has no intent on doing that, she's falsely accusing him. And all people hate being falsely accused. So you're not going to walk into a situation where the person's going to be rude to the level that she's going to falsely accuse you of shit you have no intention on doing. So all these factors are why men are no longer approaching women. All right, if you're going to disrespect us like that, we're not going to do it. It's a natural reaction.
That's pretty much it. Let's see if I can cancel the sharing. Let's cancel. Make sure you click share on it and not cancel. Okay. I'll back up. Cool. So now that you can hear me, I'm going to send a link. There you go. I thought I could send. Come on now. Send. It's kind of confusing. Should be on there. Pretty sure I sent it. About control. What did I just do? Oh, whoops. Okay, trying to send a link. Let's see. Oh, now it works. There you go. Got it. So pretty much while we're waiting for the come on, so hey, what's up? How's it going? Let's see. Put it in this one. Ooh. Well, let me do it. Add a string. There you go.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, finally.
Awesome.
Gotta get the kinks going out, man.
Yeah.
I see someone private chat. I just now saw your private chat.
Oh, okay.
I tried to send you a link initially, and the computer forgot how to copy and paste. It was fascinating. Video clips, countdown. So I'm not like Good Mother Stream, so I don't really have those kind of numbers. So really, I just wanted to cover a couple of things, and if people come in, it's cool. If not, it's whatever.
Yeah. No, that was an interesting clip. I didn't see what you were sharing, but I heard it.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No.
Here, let's try this. I'm gonna try something. See if
right.
I can actually get you to see it this time. Okay, is it showing it to you now? You should be able to see my screen and also my browser.
No, I'm not seeing nothing. I'm just seeing you and me.
Let's see. Oh, I just switched over to the video. Nope. Can you see it?
Nope, not yet.
Fascinating. Okay, let's try.
That's one of the things I haven't figured out myself is how to share a screen.
Try this.
There we go. There we go.
Cool.
Men are not approaching women anymore. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna do the first 3 minutes of this one again. Well, you heard the first 3 minutes, so I'll just start from the two mark.
Now I can't hear what he's saying.
You can't hear him?
No. I could hear him before, but then that's probably when I lost audio for you. So I don't know the mechanics of StreamYard. So.
Oh yeah, this is good that I'm doing this test. I'm learning everything all at once.
Yeah.
I'm curious if I'm the only one streaming tonight.
I haven't seen anybody else. I'm trying to I got this Mac OS or Mac computer up or from the school, and I've been trying to mess with that. I haven't messed with a Mac in probably at least 10 years. It's probably been 12 or 13 years since I've had a Mac.
Okay.
And even when I had a Mac then, it wasn't about having a Mac. It was just because...
I see now. You should be able to hear it now. Oh, yeah. I don't like Macs, really. I have it because I have to use it because it's the only thing I have right now.
We'll stop.
Can you hear him?
Yep.
Talking to women because the chances are that 9 out of 10 and many times 10 out of 10, the women will be rude.
Can you see him as well?
Especially if they
Yep.
don't find him attractive.
Yes. Now we're
They will
getting
be
somewhere.
rude in many ways. They can ignore him, but they can look at him like he's a creep, like he's a weirdo, like he's stalking them, like he's gonna do something wrong by them. He's gonna attack them. Now, when women start doing that, when a man just wants to talk to her, and she starts accusing him of potentially being a stalker, potentially being somebody that's going to attack her, and he has no intent on doing that, she's falsely accusing him. And all people hate being falsely accused. So you're not going to walk into a situation where the person's going to be rude to the level that she's going to falsely accuse you of shit you have no intention on doing. So all these factors are why men are no longer approaching women. All right, if you're going to disrespect us like that, we're not going to do it. It's a natural reaction. Now, I've been in other countries, and people talk to each other with respect because they're raised to talk to each other with respect. And I've seen the people in other countries talk to other people of the same country that were strangers, and they talk to them with full respect. I hung out with a guy in Bolivia once, and we went out, and I watched him chat up Bolivian girls. He would approach girls that he didn't know they were married, and they would apologize and still be nice and still have a conversation with him, just apologizing and saying, sorry, but we are already taken. Whereas here, if a woman is taken, if a woman's not interested, she will be totally rude. In most countries, they are not rude, which means that, and I've heard women in other countries say that we're not going to be rude because it takes a lot of guts for a man to go up. So they appreciate that it takes a lot of guts for a man to approach a strange woman. So in return, what they do is that they're not going to be rude. They're going to respect how hard it is what they're doing by being nice and being respectful.
That's pretty much, I'm going to stop there. That's pretty much the main point of that video. So, I mean, what did you think about that video?
Well, I mean, I've noticed it a little bit when I used to travel a lot more. I haven't traveled the past couple of years. But I remember the last time I flew out of the States it was 2 years ago now. And did a flight in New York. And then before you catch your connector, you can fly over to Europe. And that was probably the most pronounced time I've ever seen just women being rude. I mean, like seriously rude. I mean, they're working at a sandwich shop, and it was like, they're like, hey, what do you want? And I'm like, I'm still looking at the menu. And she's like, well, don't waste my time. I'm like,
no, boy. You're
getting paid to be here to wait on me. It's not, I don't feel like I'm under some obligation. And I ended up leaving that place. I hadn't even left the airport yet, right? So there's a reason people could probably assume that you're carrying a backpack and a briefcase in an airport. You're not there just hitting on girls. You're there for, I had like a 4-hour, 5-hour layover, right? And I'm like, well, I'm hungry. I'm going to go find a bite to eat. And I guess it was probably 2.5, 3 years ago, I guess. I was back in New York again for, I was actually up in Connecticut for a wedding, but it's like a 45-minute drive down to New York City from where we were at.
I think. And my bad. Go ahead.
Well, even I didn't run into a lot of people in Connecticut, and a lot of people around the New York area, or while I landed in Connecticut, and then the first place, I stopped to get my car, and then I stopped at this place. It was a Jamaican jerk shop. I'm like, oh man, I haven't had good jerk in a while. Hopefully this is good. It was really good. And I didn't run into anybody in Connecticut that was just being a dickhead. But as soon as you go down to New York, it was just like people were, especially the women were just like, they didn't give two fucks. It was like the epitome of this entitled attitude. Like, I don't have to serve you. I'm like, well, then what the hell are you running a business for? Why don't you just put a sign on the front door that says no men allowed? I was like, if I see a sign, I might not agree with it, but I'm not going to come in. So whatever, I'll get a cheeseburger somewhere else.
She's doing a stream today?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
She told me to watch out for some person that tries to do a peep show or something. But I kind of wanted to say, good mother, I think that's just for you. I don't think guys will try to do that on like other guys' streams. I don't know. That seems like something.
Oh.
Like she I think she streamed quite a bit, so that person probably was like, oh, there's an older lady making a stream. I'm gonna join it and be an asshole or something, or just be funny. I don't know.
I was on our first stream.
I wouldn't even react to that. I would just be like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, man.
Yeah. No, it was kind of a couple of weeks ago. I guess I was on our stream the first time, and she put a link in there, so I clicked on it, and she invited me in. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm in. It wasn't even my intention. So
hopefully I can get some people, because like I'm not just going to talk about gender stuff. I'm going to talk about also like what's going on in the world right now, like a lot of the vax stuff and stuff like that. I know that's affecting a lot of people.
Talking about that, I went to the DMV. I had to get my CCW renewed today, and I was standing out front, because the girlfriend went in, to get hers done, and I was standing out front of this old Chinese couple. This old guy, his wife, had to go back to her car for something. And then he asked me about it. He's like, have you get the vaccine yet? I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Well, I tell everybody it was the truth. I was like, I'm allergic to vaccines, because there's a couple of vaccines when I was in the Army that would just fuck me out. And, and I've gotten plenty of shots. It's just like the influenza shot. It'll put me under for like 5 months.
Oh boy.
I'd much rather get the flu because it lasts like 2 or 3 days, And But he was like, yeah, I just got my second shot. And he was telling me how he felt like, he's like, yeah, I just feel like I'm floating all the time. You know, he's like, I feel like I'm 10 feet tall and I'm floating all the time. And he's like, my knees don't work anymore. I can't walk up the stairs anymore.
Holy shit. He said that after the jab, the current one?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, it's like, you know, he was an older gentleman, I think he was like an older Chinese gentleman, you know. I'd probably put him about 65 or so. And he's like, yeah, now I can't walk up the stairs because my knees don't work anymore.
He feels like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, he was telling me that, you know, he had a pretty strong accent, but he's telling me that, you know, he felt like he was way off up in the closet or whatnot, like he was 10 feet tall.
That's frightening.
Yeah. I was like, well,
I have some family that took it. They're having some effects right now.
You know, she had to take it just because she's a nurse. But I'm like, you know, I told her, I was like, don't even talk to me about it. I'm not taking it. There's, you know, I was like, I mean, this has been rushed through so fast. It doesn't even have FDA approval. And now I told her, I was like, it's not even about the vaccine. It's about, you don't hear doctors telling you to take it. It's politicians telling you to take it. Yeah,
the doctors have been silenced. Yeah, they can't speak.
You know, I was like, and that's what bothers me. I was like, and that's, you know, now if, well, at the same time, even like the flu vaccine, you know, flu shot every year. I mean, how it was a couple of years ago, they inoculated everybody with the wrong strain of flu. You know, they're like, well, you know, 100 million people got the flu shot, but we have a different variant of the flu coming out this year. So it was kind of a guesswork anyways. So a lot of people still got the flu after getting the flu shot, you know. And, you know, people think that, you know, they get the flu shot, it just means everything. I mean, it's like, I haven't taken this flu shot in probably since 2001. So probably going on 20 years now. And I've only had the flu one time. So it's not like even with her working, you know, before she was working in the ICU, she would get the flu a couple times because everybody in the unit would get the flu, you know, and you know, she'd be homesick for, you know, 5 days dealing with that. And then, you know, because they wouldn't let her go back to work because, you know, they wanted her to fully recover from it. But it's not like it happened every year. I'm like, and that's why I look at this whole freaking COVID BS. I'm like, the only people telling you to take the flu shot or take these inoculations are politicians. And I'm like, you know, that it just seems wrong to me. And it's also the desperation in which they're trying to get everybody to take it.
Yeah, I mean, you had like you had Krispy Kreme. Well, I'm gonna do a share screen with that because Krispy Kreme is saying they're gonna do something.
Krispy, like the donut place?
Yeah, I'll share a screen real quick and see if I can find it. Ooh. Oh, once we do tab, okay. I probably didn't do the audio. Okay.
Oh, I see something from Good Mother. She's got something. What's a set reminder? I haven't refreshed it.
Well, she can come over here. I'm doing this. I'm gonna stay on my screen. Is she actually on right now?
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's neat. I guess. I mean, I'll send her an invite. I don't know.
She's just started.
Tell her if she wants, like, I don't know, crash it. Tell her to come over here. It's funny because like she was like, I was hoping you guys would start one, then I would join. It's like, well, I started one. She has to know because she subscribed to me. Let me see. I'm gonna try to find what's his name in the meantime. The Krispy Kreme donut thing. Oh, here we go. Found it. Can you see it?
Yep. I don't hear it, but
Oh, I don't want to fix that.
I'm giving a free donuts after vaccinations.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it for the people who are gonna come and watch it afterwards too. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get the whole 2 minutes if I can get it to share properly. Something about
considering like the people like get COVID or suffer from COVID the most, or people like are like the they say the elderly and the obese. You know, I don't know if I'd cater to the obese for getting their COVID shot. I don't know. I haven't had a Krispy Kreme donut in probably 20 plus years. So
hey, pop in on her feed. Pop in on her feed and invite her over if she wants. Let's see.
She's got 3 watching. Yeah, I'll do that real quick.
Just ask her and see, and if she's good with it, then we could do like a 3 or 4 person on the screen. But at least she could be on someone else's stream this time. Let's see. That way, when we go into our long conversations, she could actually go to sleep. Let's see.
Let me see if I can find you on a YouTube channel too. Here.
That could be harder. Let's see. What was I gonna do again? Oh.
Now I've got you as I subscribe to you. Oh, hey, there I am. There you are. Yeah, I just do that on there. I don't have it up on Streamlabs or anything. StreamYard, that's what it is.
Yep. Okay. Wait, no, not yet. Almost. Let's see. Whoa, I'm looking at myself. That's weird. Okay, so I was gonna look up the crispy. I'm gonna let the crispy donut thing play out again. You said she's on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's see. I'm gonna do the crispy donut, and let's see what happens. Let's share.
For many, it was a moment to celebrate.
I don't think I can overstate how excited we are right now.
Krispy Kreme announcing this week a free donut every day this year for anyone who could show their COVID vaccination card.
Every single person who goes out and gets that vaccine brings us that much closer to a post-COVID America, which we're really excited about. And so if we can show our support with a little treat,
who gave you a big ass check?
But
That's
for
what I'm
some,
wondering.
the idea was anything but sweet. Amid the online celebration from donut lovers, some pretty sour remarks.
Oh, shit.
Those against getting the vaccine calling it discrimination. Looks like you were part of indoctrination of American citizens, wrote one.
Holy shit.
Another writing, I can't believe people actually fall for this propaganda. Krispy Kreme addressed vaccine hesitancy, calling it a highly personal decision and offering a free donut and coffee to everyone on Mondays until May 24th. But then some started weighing in on donut weight gain. One doctor writing a donut a day could result in 15 extra pounds by the end of the year. Others questioning the heart health of the deep fried treat. For Kate Bernick, who wrote an opinion essay about the criticism for NBCnews.com, it's fat shaming, plain and simple.
I think
How
for
did
me,
they go
it
from
wasn't
that to
about the
that?
donut. I think that it's just another opportunity.
So they must be assuming that only
pass
fat people
judgment
eat donuts.
on someone's
This is
choices or
retarded.
someone,
How
the way
did they?
someone looks.
Krispy Kreme is not the first company
You'd have
to
to
make
be really
COVID-related
narcissistic
offers.
to make it about
New
your
Jersey
looks and
gym
stuff.
owner is offering free
Yeah.
memberships to people who don't get the vaccine. Others are
I like
offering
that.
those who are
that's
vaccinated
interesting.
discount beer, popcorn, or arcade tokens. Krispy Kreme says there was never an intention to stir debate.
Just last week in St. Patrick's Day, I was thinking about this. We gave a donut away to everyone in green. That did not make us against the color orange.
Big check. That's all
COVID
I'm
expert
saying.
Dr. Ashish Jha offering his take on the Krispy Kreme controversy, tweeting, "If that sweetens the deal for you to get vaccinated,
He's got
I'm
that.
all in."
I just got
Pandemic,
a lot of money.
people.
Look, I don't know.
Pandemic. But in a
I could be
nation
wrong.
so often split these days, it seems even a donut can cause a divide. For today, Kristen Dahlgren, and
All right.
Well,
Whatever you
they
want to
picked-
think of. Whatever you want to think about it, people.
Well, I'm thinking they picked the best looking Krispy Kreme because I remember it was after I got out of the Army and I was working at, I got my first job out of the Army. And somebody asked me, he's like, "Hey, we'll chip in if you can go grab, donuts in the morning." And there was a Krispy Kreme and I'd never had a Krispy Kreme before. So I up there and just got big of donuts. And I tell you what, everybody there ate way too many donuts. I mean, they were like, and I'm overweight now, but they were probably 3 times my size, and they were just like morbidly obese. And I was just coming out of the Army. I wasn't used to seeing that. I'm like, holy crap, how do your knees handle this? And so while I was saying like that video, I think it's weird that I was like, hey, get a donut, get a free cup of coffee. I think how many times as a hacker, there's been stories, people, just people doing experiments. Hey, give me your username and password to your email for a free cup of coffee, and people are like, oh, okay, and that story happened probably half a dozen times between like the mid 90s to the early 2000s. That's what I think about with a free cup of coffee and then a donut. I'm like, I don't know.
It's I think it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of fishy, but my thing was I was being funny about it, but someone wrote that guy a nice check. That guy had this. I just got a lot of money, so I'm just gonna do whatever whatever someone tells me kind of look.
Yeah, it could be that. There's just don't discount the people that just drink the Kool-Aid too. I mean, they're if you talk about like men's issues, I'd say less than 10% of the men out there see things for the way they are. Even though it seems obvious that women are going to take advantage of these guys, you get this, this weak guy, nerdy guy, and all of a sudden this girl's hitting on him. Well, chances are she's looking to get a baby. Chances are she's looking to have 20 years of income coming in. And you try to tell the guy that. He's like, no, but she really loves me. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens in 6 months,
Yeah.
I was like, the girl doesn't even know your name.
I would call that the perils of being a lost male or being like uninformed man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right before you form.
Yeah. Well, right before you learn, like shit. And I think it's getting better than what.
I was gonna say she probably has a topic to cover. That's probably why.
Maybe. And she's got it says some local news, mother sentenced to 75 years for child's death.
Oh shit.
So there's only like 1 or 2 people commenting on the stream. I threw your link on here.
Oh, cool.
Well, she threw her link on there, like a couple messages under there too. So
Oh, she wants me to join.
maybe.
I might do that. Well, it's gonna end up in a situation where she gets tired or wants to go to sleep, and then you have a bunch of dudes on, which I'm okay with. It's just she tends to want to let us talk, but it's like you could actually do that like this as well. So I don't know. It could be a logistical nightmare, but she doesn't think about that until it actually happens. I want to cover maybe.
Well, I'm surely not staying up till like 5 a.m. again. I kicked my ass.
No, I could be like maybe 1 or 2. I can do 1 or 2 o'clock for me tonight. I don't know, man. Some of these conversations get good. I remember you coming back in.
Yeah. Well, I turned it off and I went to get some water and whatnot, and then I grabbed a beer and I was listening to it. And I'm like, it's a good conversation. So, but then I stayed up to like 5. Well, I joined again at like 3 or something like that, and I thought I was like, oh, I'll just be here for like half an hour. And I looked at my clock, and it's like after 5. I'm like, holy crap, this station.
You sent her a link. She's like, "Fuck you, come over to mine."
Yeah.
Oh shit.
No, I was hurting yesterday. I got done with work, and I went straight to bed. I only got like
working out.
Just work.
Oh. I was doing that yesterday. I was lazy today. I didn't work out today. I just decided to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started getting back into it a little more than I have been. So
I'm gonna do maybe 1 or 2 more video reviews, and then we'll see about me migrating over to hers. Just get a decent amount of content for this particular stream.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can find real quick. So I'm gonna do 1 more video and cover 1 more video. Let's see if I can find something. But maybe something in the news outside of gender this time around. Let's see.
We're waiting to see Minneapolis blow up again here in the next week or 2.
I'm sure there's something important going on. Let's see. Yeah, that'll really get YouTube going. Just type in that. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This one's fun. All right, so here's one. Let's see how long it is. This is 12 minutes. I'll give it. Yeah, this looks fun. Let's do this. Let me share. So if you read the text, can you see it?
Yeah.
Let me know if you can hear it. So it says why you can be forced to get the. Yeah. So let's. I'm gonna try to. By the way, I know that she's cool about saying stuff, but I'm just gonna shy away from saying the words and just put it on the screen. It's really all I want to do.
Against the
Oh, that's fine.
The U.S., the most vaccinated large nation in the world. Dozens of countries are now working to vaccinate their populations in an effort to end the global pandemic.
President Biden says that by the end of his first 100 days, the United States is aiming to have administered 200 million doses. And by May 2021, every American adult who wants one will be eligible to get in line for a shot. That said, 30% of U.S. adults still don't want to get the COVID vaccine, but they may not have much of a choice.
The federal government can require vaccinations, things like that, for coming in and out of the country. Both the state and city can have vaccine laws based on their legislative authority.
Requiring a vaccine is a health and safety work rule, and employers can do that.
Bonnie Jacobson knows this all too well. The Brooklyn resident was recently let go from her job after refusing to get inoculated.
I was sitting at home and I all of a sudden just opened an email. I'm sitting on my couch and it said,
"Good on you.
While we respect your decision at this time.
We're
your
going to keep you
employment
from
has
earning
been
so
terminated.
earning
So
money.
can you actually be forced to take the COVID vaccine against your will in the United States?
Basically.
That is no.
To be clear, the White House's chief medical advisor has already said that he doesn't think the federal government will ever make the COVID vaccine mandatory. However, powers at the city and state level, not to mention the legal rights granted to employers under U.S. labor law, may make it pretty difficult for some Americans to evade inoculation against the coronavirus. This isn't as unprecedented as you might think. There are a lot of required inoculations which are easy to take for granted. Just take the chicken pox. All 50 states and the
Oh
district.
yeah, try to compare a fucking nano fucking fucking gene therapy to the chicken pox. Good job with that one.
Well, even the inoculations kids have to go to get for school, they're only required if they go to the school. If you homeschool, they're not required.
Right.
You know. So and generally speaking, I'm not against getting vaccines for something, but something that was just developed a couple months ago, and now they're going like, oh, and you have FDA approval won't be till this summertime frame, but you're going to get the shots like a negative Ghost Rider, you know. That I don't know. And just the way the media and politicians have been pumping it.
Is someone sneaking in here? What's going on here? Let me see the. I'm pretty much done covering what I need to, so I mean, I'm pretty much going to end it. But, well, I don't want to waste, as long as she's still up.
It looks like it. She's got a Veritas, something from Veritas up now.
Let's see. Oh, I can do themes. What is that? Let's see. That's cool. Oh, I can put bowls in the names. Dope. Let's see. What else can I do? 30-second. Oh, I can do countdowns. Can you hear me? It muted you. Can't unmute your guest. There's no video.
Yeah. Well, I could hear you.
That was a weird setting. Okay, that's enough settings. It freaked me out a little bit.
Well, you definitely play with it more than I have. I tried my first one and I couldn't get the audio to work, so I've been trying to do like what I call like the lunchtime briefing, you know, the past couple of days, and I got a few minutes for lunch. I'm like, oh, let me talk about a topic I want to talk about.
Yeah, the thing you brought up, I think that was you that brought up the thing about the alpha male, the external versus internal. I'm still thinking about that. I'm not really sure myself. I have some ideas.
Well, it's one of those things I've thought about over the years too, and I haven't thought about it terribly too much myself. It was I had a friend years ago tell me that. He's like, well, you're like the perfect mix of alpha male and the beta male. I'm like, how so?
Oh, okay, I see what
you know.
So it sounds like he's saying you have beta traits for what a male would have, but then you have feminine traits, but then you have a balance of that and alpha masculine traits. So probably like somewhere in the middle. I don't know. What do you think?
I can't imagine I have too many feminine traits. You
got to think it's like empathy. That's one.
Well, I suppose I don't think that's a feminine trait.
No, but that would be like if you're like someone who's like showing a lot of empathy for someone. Some people could like mistake that for like beta traits. When you say beta traits, I mean, I guess it also depends on who you're talking to, because some people.
Well, this guy's completely beta. You know, I mean, I tried.
The guy who said that.
Yeah. Because he always got on, like, you know, he's always like, well, he wanted me. He always got mad because I wasn't more like him. And I'm like, dude, you worship women. I was like, if it's a woman, well, he was the guy that would worship women. And then he would be like the freaking guy that would always criticize, like, well, you're just racist. I'm like, explain how I'm racist, you know? It's like, you don't take consideration what the black community is going through. And I'm like, well, not really. It's not for me to take in consideration. It's for them to take consideration. He's like, well, you don't care about them? I'm like, I care about them as much as any other community I care about, but I don't live in a black neighborhood. I'm not a black guy, you know? I was like, do I understand that they may see things differently than me based on where they live and the people they have to deal with? Absolutely. I was like, but that doesn't mean that I need to go out and fucking try to rescue black men, you know? I was like, and if I'm going to rescue black men, I'm going to do it through trying to get guys to force their ways into being in their child's lives, you know? And that's not black man. That's any man. You know,
yeah, so. I think that's a good avenue for people to cover in this particular sphere, to try to get guys. It's like, I like the idea of, like, if you put something in the world, you don't take care of it. That's one of my mentors told me, if I was, you know, if I rushed and put all that, you know, hard work into getting a girl, then I got to put that hard work into taking care of what comes out of her.
Yeah, but I mean, nowadays it might not be your choice. I mean,
yeah.
You know, like Mike said, my point of view, like last summer, I had custody of my son for 14 years. His mom didn't want to be in his life at all, hardly. And when she did, she just gave him a whole bunch of candy, right? You know, like, here's mommy, here's a whole bunch of candy, get sick to your stomach. And that was it, you know. And but then last summer, she's like, well, I want custody. And the judge said, okay, she has custody. And now I have 2 hours of supervised visitation where I have some old lady sitting between me and my son for 2 hours a week. Like I'm a criminal, you know? And I'm like, I've never been to jail. You know, I have, you know, done the best I can in life. You know, I haven't made a lot of terrible decisions. The terrible decisions I've made were with women. Right. But even, you know, and where I'm at here in Kansas, you know, it's usually considered like one of the last bastions of hope, but there's no hope here because, I mean, she comes into court, you know, she's like, you know, I say my son has a mental illness and I want custody of him. And the judge is like, I agree with everything you say, and automatically strip me of custody, give me 2 hours supervised visitation. I have to pay child support now. She never chipped in fucking $10 over 14 years. She never came around. She never did anything, you know. And the times that she did do anything, it was just quite literally to give him bags of candy so he got sick to his stomach, you know. So, but they don't care. They don't care. She's like, oh, she's the mother. She must know best, you know. So now my son's got to go get psychologically evaluated because she spent 30 years being committed to psychological, you know, centers and all this stuff, and living with shrinks her entire life. So. And she wants her son to be the same way, based on nothing other than the fact that she wants it. She says he has to be psychologically damaged because he's been raised by his dad. And I'm like,
oh, so she's trying to sabotage a kid.
Yeah, well, at least he's gotten to see it though too, because you know in 7th grade the kid earned 6 college credits, and he was getting ready to take a test for like the A+ certification, right? And I was very motivational. And then I was asking him, he was like, hey, what are you doing for 8th grade right now? You know, and he's like, well, same thing. I had to redo algebra because they said you didn't give me an official algebra, you know, and I have to learn history. He has to
redo it. It doesn't change
because
from 8th grade all the way up to college.
I know. It hasn't changed in like 3,000 years.
They're really good at like making it look new. Every year. Yeah.
And so he's like dreadfully bored. And his mom's like, well, he's terrible in school. I'm like, well, he has to sit in front of a computer all
because
day.
You're telling him he's terrible. Like, what is he like a 9th grader now?
He's in 8th grade. He'll be going into 9th grade, you know. But I mean, I was homeschooling him, and for 7th grade, I'm like, hey, we're just gonna stop this, and we're gonna start working on like college curriculum, right? I was like, I think he can do it. He's a really sharp kid, really sharp kid. And yeah, he passed the natural sciences CLEP test, and the which is worth up to 6 college credits, and the early civilization or Western civilization to like 1635 or something like that, and the A+ computer certification, right?
Okay, nice.
And you know, and I'm like, you know, because my philosophy on it, because I'm a teacher, I've been teaching my, you know, one way or another in the Army or wherever for a very long time. I'm like, well, and you know, and plus I've gone to college way too much myself.
All right, I'm listening. I'm gonna pop over to her stream real quick to see what.
Well, we can both pop over.
Actually, yeah, let's just both go over. I'm gonna end this with just a little bit of words for the people who watch this video. So, stream was called "Lessons from Our Grandfather." I didn't get to those, but I'm actually gonna do a part 2 the next time I do the stream. And let's see, is it Thursday? No, it's Friday actually. Okay, so I will actually do another stream either Sunday or Monday, most likely on Monday. So with that, we're gonna end the stream.
All right. Have a great night.
Yep.